Well, well, well.
Look what we have here. Is that what it's supposed to?
Yeah, that. Well.
Listen, we were supposed to. I know.
We know.
We apologize.
It got busy.
I sneezed, and all of a sudden, it was almost December.
Yep, and here we are. And then we talked to Ben about not sneezing anymore.
And no one even said Kazoon type.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for all of the people getting on to us about the fact that we haven't done another podcast.
I've never seen such an angry force of people.
It was overwhelming how many people didn't want us to continue it, and we're thankful that we'd stopped. And how many people did. Luckily,
counting all of the emails I got today, I have received a total of 0 people that have complained about the fact that we haven't put another podcast out.
Right. Which counterbalances all of the emails I received that were complaining also that we haven't continued the podcast.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they were emailing you, not me.
I wish I could say that was true. Unfortunately, I think we're like many sitcoms or TV shows out there.
You just don't know when to stop?
No, it's like it went off the air and nobody really noticed.
Oh.
Faded
into the background.
Kind of
the old Homer Simpson into the bushes situation.
And I guarantee there are people out there that are going, well, that's about right.
Yeah.
They
started it. They failed.
And that was what was expected.
But little did you know.
Little did you know.
That
we don't go down so easy.
No. We will not fail without a fight.
Unfortunately, somewhere along the lines...
This is called the Failing Podcast, not the Failed Podcast.
Yeah. Unfortunately, somewhere along the lines, this went from being an idea that Ashley had for us that we were like, I don't really want to do this, to something we actually enjoyed doing.
Yeah. I don't know, you get an opportunity to hang out on the couch and talk about all of the things.
To your favorite person.
to the Diddy-mophobia.
Diddy-mophobia. Yep. Your favorite Diddy.
My favorite Diddy.
Welcome.
Fresh out the box. Stop. Look and watch. Ready yet? Get set. It's
the Failing Podcast.
Eat my short. Not the mama. Not the mama.
Goodbye.
Itty bitty ditty.
Itty bitty ditty. I'm not an itty bitty ditty. I'm a bubbly ditty.
Wow.
Boy, I was trying to think of a softer way to say that.
We're going to a very strange place.
It's getting dark in here. So, anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, mostly eating.
Yes, lots of eating.
Thanksgiving happened.
For those of you who noticed that on the last podcast, we talked about how we were going to be talking about Halloween on the next podcast.
Yeah, we were going to talk about Goosebumps.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we did have that conversation.
We did. We just weren't recording. So
apparently it was a long conversation. Somebody forgot to press the record button.
It's going to be one of those lost episodes that's out there.
It's just going to exist.
Someday, 100 years from now, somebody's going to be like, oh, a lost episode of the Failing Podcast.
I don't feel like that one was that interesting anyway.
It wasn't. I mean, we were interested. You and me.
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about other people.
I don't know. If you still want to hear the one about Goosebumps, just go ahead and cue in. Let us know that there's a demand for that. But, it would definitely be out of...
Maybe we'll release it next year.
It'd be out of sync with our timeline as is.
Yeah.
So...
Well, it's...
Of course, some of you might still be craving going backward a month and still being in October when it was nice outside.
It's very close to December right now.
Yeah.
We're getting closer. We're
inching
our way closer.
We are in Christmas season full swing.
Yes.
And it's horrible.
Fa la 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 la. La 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 la.
Ben.
What?
Why is it that the most wonderful time of the year always also seems to be like, the worst time of the year?
Selfishness?
Is that it?
Pride?
You're just naming off deadly sins, aren't you?
Guessing. I assume that those two things are involved. Gluttony?
There's definitely something there.
are you talking about just the stress level?
It's just so chaotic.
It's a lot. Well, you got to remember, we got essentially 30 days to put up all the Christmas decorations and then take them all back down again.
Yeah. But it's not even just that. It's like Christmas for kids is like bliss, right?
Yeah.
And for parents, it just seems like it's a shared note, a shared checklist on your iPhone.
Oh,
of all the things you have to mark off.
Shonda and I have one of those too.
I'm sure most parents do.
Yeah, like just some of the list.
Yeah, you go from being a child and everything Christmas being, Santa and magic and
excitement,
and
moving in
and
Jesus.
Yeah, and just enough Jesus to make you not feel bad about it as a kid. To being an adult where it's a shared checklist on an iPhone with your spouse and just trying to.
Do you think that's why Dad was always trying to talk us out of presents at Christmas time? Like, well, what if we just have a Christmas where we just don't exchange presents and we just live and enjoy the moment of being a family at Christmas?
We ought to talk to him about that now.
That's a good point.
Well,
my thought process on that specifically, though, is I feel like I enjoy that moment of being a family on Christmas almost every evening without presents.
That's true. Presents definitely do lift up that.
Well, for the kids especially.
Yeah, the spirit of Christmas. Oh.
I think that trying to juggle everything is very difficult.
Yes.
I agree with that. And then making sure that everybody feels valued is hard, too. Because, you got to hit... you've got your parents who you love unconditionally, right? And then your spouse has her parents who they love unconditionally. And
right.
I love my in-laws, I do.
And
I'm sure that you love your in-laws, too.
And I love your in-laws.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love your in-laws.
See?
Wow. See, everybody's happy. But I'm not going to love my in-laws the way that my wife loves her parents.
Well, obviously.
It's never going to be the same.
You're not biologically theirs.
So, obviously there's a little bit of leaning to want to make sure that our parents are happy and know how much that they're appreciated and loved. And I think with my spouse, it's the same way.
I think every couple deals in that to a degree, of being able to go, how do you balance out the time spent with each family, make sure that everybody feels like they're valued,
not even feels like they're valued, but knows that they're valued, right? Because it doesn't, when you have to do, like, for instance, we have to, like, our family, we've got so many people in the service field that we have to do Christmas different times most of the time,
right?
Well, that's obviously got a negative spin on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve for the ones that don't have anything going on those days, So how do you make them feel just as valued when they're not involved in whatever those things are? It's difficult,
Yeah.
And so when you take that stress on top of the stress of dealing with your immediate family,
right?
And trying to make Christmas special for your kids, and also enjoying that time with your wife, I think that all of that coupled together, it can bring the inner Grinch out a little bit.
Yeah,
it makes it not as fun.
Yeah, I don't know though. Going into the Christmas season every year, I'm always very excited and hopeful. I look forward to pulling out the decorations and getting everything hung up and all the things where they need to be. And then as I'm pulling them out and starting to put things up, I realize this is work. It's not as fun as I expected it to be. Turn on Christmas tunes, but it's really just working.
Well, this year when we started putting up Christmas, Shonda and I were sick. Like, we both had a cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kind of recovering a little bit, so keep your distance.
I'll just be praying for you from over here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It wasn't very much fun putting up Christmas decorations when you're sick. That's the end of that.
Well, I was gonna say, what makes it fun is the kids.
Eggnog. Oh, kids.
I do love some eggnog.
Well, that's the spiked eggnog.
It's a special eggnog. It's good. It's good. It's good.
And a moose cup.
The moose cup. Yeah, nope. That is definitely a big piece of all of it, is trying to get it all out, trying to get it all up, trying to get everything bought. trying
Well,
to
and then
appease.
it's all out and it's all up and everything's bought, and then you're like, yeah, it's a winter wonderland for the next
30 days.
27 days by
Yeah.
the time everything's up, right?
Right.
Did you put Christmas lights up outside
Not
this year?
not yet, but it went to
Are
death.
you going to do it?
I'm going to try, but it went to death freezing before I had the chance.
Well, see, this is my second year. Well, we just started our second year in a 2-story house.
Uh-huh.
I'm a lot more worried about being a paraplegic on a 2-story roof than I am on a 1-story roof. And I've got hundreds of dollars worth of Christmas lights. And when I say hundreds, I mean I'm probably in the thousands, just don't tell Shonda, of dollars worth of Christmas lights that now I'm terrified to put on my roof.
Well, it doesn't help that you have a little brother that's an emergency doctor.
And has
so
told me everything that
every single
happened.
time
Yeah.
he- every single
year
time
he gets somebody
comes-
that's paralyzed from the waist down because they fell off their roof.
Yeah. Apparently, it's a pretty regular accident.
Right.
That we have been avoiding. Although, if you use Chevy Chase as your example, you can fall off your roof as many times as you want to, and you won't ever get hurt. So,
That's true.
Christmas Vacation's proved that.
National Lampoon.
National Lampoon. It's a great Christmas classic. So you didn't put any lights up? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
and you're
well,
not going to.
I don't think so. I think I'm going to maybe put a filter up over our porch lights and make them red and green. That's about it.
Very nice.
It's about as
Ben.
fast as I'm getting this year. But
Yeah.
in my defense, nobody else on the block is doing it either.
You know, it's hard in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to get motivated to go out there.
Do you remember what it was like in California?
Yes, in California, everything was lit up, but it was also 70 degrees.
Right.
So, you know.
Listen, people at home, just in lieu of all the stress that you're dealing with and all the shopping and everything, try and take a moment to remember a reason for the season. The best day of Christmas, or the best thing that we do every Christmas, is Christmas Eve service at church.
Yeah.
I love the candlelight service.
Yeah, me too.
It's my favorite thing. It's the perfect moment of festive. We finally hit the precipice of Christmas is coming
We're
in.
at
all
the climax.
stress is over.
Yeah. At that point, everything's ready. I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
If it's not, then you're in a lot more trouble than you thought you were. So,
Do you have a Christmas budget?
yes.
Do
So
you blow it out of the water
absolutely
every
single year.
too.
There's no way to
I
really
can't-
budget it. I think the budget is just like a loose number to go, okay, this is where we're sitting, and then, you know, this is how we stay out of credit card debt, right?
Yeah. I blow it out of the water every year, and if it's not on my kids, it's definitely on my wife.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a contest. Like I have to win Christmas every year.
So
and
it's funny you say that, because I feel like there are different types of gift givers and also different types of gift receivers.
yes,
Right?
yes.
And there are
Shonda's gift. I see. I'm a gift. Yeah, that's one of my love languages is gift giving.
right.
Shonda's is not.
Right.
So she really couldn't care less whether or not she gets a whole bunch of gifts from me. But I'm like, feel my love.
You mean she could care less?
No, she really couldn't care less. She would be happy just to have, some one-on-one time and
You don't think she could care just a little less?
looking lovely into each other's eyes and just
and drinking eggnog?
googly eyes at each other. That's what she likes. She likes quality time.
With
Googly eyes time.
Googly eyes time.
Yep. So,
Love language. Googly eyes.
unfortunately, that's not one of my love languages, so she just gets lots of presents.
Oh. That she is not as excited about as you are.
Maybe I'll give her like a mannequin of me doing googly eyes.
Well, so I
Just look at it.
I think that sounds great. That's a gift worth considering. But I think there are a few different kinds. So I wrote this down, but I think that there are a few different types of gift givers out there, right?
Wow, I really took a left turn. You had something planned.
Well,
and
I did.
was like, yeah.
We can. I mean, listen. This is your show too.
Well, you're always so prepared, and I'm always just.
Well, that's because
I
I write some notes so that it doesn't feel like it's just absolute chaos from start to finish.
But then I make it chaos.
that's true.
I'm doing it right now.
You certainly are. We are wasting time. I hope everybody is really excited about whatever it was I was about to say.
Well, you wrote it down so you didn't forget.
Thank goodness.
You're very welcome.
See? So I think that there are essentially a few different types of gift givers, right? There's the ones that ask you what you want and don't get it for you, right?
Yeah,
Because they think that they've come up with something better.
right.
Right? That might be like Dad. Dad is great at going, give me your Amazon list. Give me your Christmas list. What do you want for Christmas? And then you send it to him and you don't get anything on that list, but instead get something completely different.
Well, he finds a better rated deal that he feels like is close to what you might maybe have wanted.
Right.
But it got better ratings.
Sure.
4.5 or above.
Right. I'm thankful for it. And that's the thing is you have to be a grateful receiver as well. Gift giving goes both ways, right? Then there are the ones that ask you what you want and do get it for you, the exact thing that you asked for based off of the Amazon list. There's not really a whole lot of surprise with that, but you got what you wanted.
Well,
that's Shonda, right?
yeah, she'll. But sometimes it is surprise because you should see the crap on my Amazon list.
Oh.
Like, I always put like the most wild, like harebrained, like last year I asked for a concertina.
Yeah.
And guess what I got?
A concertina.
Yes.
And how good at playing that concertina are you now?
I can play one song really, really well.
Yep.
Now, that said, if you know anybody that offers concertina lessons, I would be really interested in
pursuing that.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, it's tough because most of them live in Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
Could they do them via FaceTime?
It's a very Celtic instrument.
Maybe you could get like maybe we need to start a website for online music lessons.
I think I would have I'm sure that there's got to be something out there, right?
If there isn't, it's ours.
I would have a...
You can't have it.
Everybody stop.
All right,
Cut it out.
stop writing that down.
I think I would have a hard time with somebody that's Irish teaching me the concertina because I would just want to listen to them talk the entire time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I don't know what to tell you there.
I don't know.
I could definitely see how learning from someone from Ireland would be better than learning from someone from America.
Sure. Well, I feel like it's been fun. I'm getting in touch with my Celtic roots. So
Right.
But yeah, so Shonda, even in that situation, like I said, I've had this on my list for a while.
Right.
I always thought it'd be really fun to try and learn to play. And
Yeah.
then boom, out of the blue, there's one on and I was very surprised.
And you mostly learned how to play this via a YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube tutorial.
So I think there may be a market for some online music lessons.
Yeah. Maybe you can get them through there. I don't know.
Let's see what we can come up with. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So that's the second kind of gift giver,
Yes.
right? The third kind of gift giver that I have is the one that you ask that asks you what you want, or that doesn't ask you what you want and assumes that whatever they give you is exactly what you wanted.
Oh,
Right?
I know that type of gift giver.
Who in your life would you say is that type of gift giver?
I don't know.
Ashley does that. I know that's one person that knows exactly the right gift for everybody.
Ashley is very good at
But I feel like you're good at that too.
Me?
Yeah.
For
Isn't that-
you?
No, for like Shonda. Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, well, sometimes I try and listen for little things, like things that
I'm a listener.
she says
too.
occasionally.
Put a little
and
note in my phone.
Yeah, try and kind of spark back to it. Like there was one year that she was really wanting this specific bedspread, and it was sold out everywhere. So I scoured the interwebs and found somebody that was selling it on eBay in another state for pickup only.
Yeah.
And sent her this long message and was able to coax her into selling it to me and shipping it to me directly.
Oh my gosh.
So that worked out really well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say I'm a miracle worker every time, but it was funny, though, because I put a bunch of bricks inside that package, so she had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
Shonda can guess any gift by shaking it.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Well, based off of her list, I'm sure she's probably narrowed some of those things down. But you know why it's easy for kids? It's because they circle literally everything on their
Oh, yeah.
on the list and their
Right.
little Amazon catalog that comes. And
Yeah.
so it really doesn't matter what you get them; they're going to be pretty happy with it.
I'm done buying toys for the kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're both, Liam's 11, Isaac is 9. Well, going to be 9 this year. And neither of them even touch the toys that they have anymore.
Right.
Like, other than occasionally chasing each other around with some Nerf guns,
Sure.
that's it. So, yeah, this is our first grown-up Christmas.
You're moving into paintball guns.
No.
Oh.
No. Real guns.
Real guns.
No.
Oh, good. Nerf, paintball, real. That's
Right.
usually the order that goes.
No,
So-
I hadn't thought about paintball guns, and I probably don't want to. But
Right. Well, Mike always seems to figure out what I want, and I'm a terribly hard person to buy for, and so are you.
Yeah, I know. I've been getting the same text messages.
Well, I just know that you're hard to buy for because generally when you want something, you just bought it already, and you don't wait for a big
everything
holiday.
that I want is like thousands of dollars.
That is tough.
Like, Shonda's like, well, what would you like for Christmas? And I say, you're not going to be able to. I mean, I know that you can't afford it because I've seen your bank account.
And I
It's
can't
the one
afford
that I
it,
share.
or I would have already purchased
Right.
it.
So I'd like, so what would you want? And I said, a new surround sound for upstairs. And no, not one of those sound bars that you can get at
No.
Walmart for $300.
Yeah, like a Bose
like, I
actual
want
input surround system
like
that should
home
go in a movie theater.
system.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
because it's not good enough to be this little thin little bar.
Oh, no, of course not. Not for you.
No.
No.
I have researched thoroughly and know which one I want, and it will cost over $2,000. Therefore, not going to happen.
That's probably one of the upsets about being in the industry that we are in. We tend to be very specific and picky about sound and quality of picture.
Right.
So, but it also makes us good at our jobs. So
That's true.
there is that advantage.
Yeah.
So then there are also the ones that say it's in the mail about the time the gift exchange comes.
Oh, I know him.
But it never shows up.
So looking at you, Levi. Christmas 2013. Still waiting. Boy, that's a slow post, man.
10 years ago. But we got him something great.
You know what the best thing about that Christmas was?
What?
I fell asleep on the couch or something, and that was Shonda's first Christmas with us.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That was longer ago than 13. It would have been right after Iraq, so 2009.
Yeah.
So
So going on 15 years.
Yes.
That's what it's,
so Shonda's first Christmas with us, and Levi said, "Hey, Shonda, do you want to come with me to do some Christmas shopping?" And she said, "Sure." And so they went to Walmart or something and wandered around, and Levi said, "Nah, it's too chaotic." They went and got some coffee, and then the next morning he told everybody our gifts were in the mail, and Shonda knew that wasn't true. She just kind of laughed, It's like typical Levi. Like,
Levi, last minute.
Oh, couldn't find anything. Yeah, Walmart's
Well,
too chaotic. Let's get some coffee.
I will say thank you to his wife because she actually keeps hold of the Christmas list now and helps him get there.
I'm sure
So,
that helps significantly.
Yeah, it's made a big difference. Oh. And then there's also the one that regifts. And it might just happen to be the gift that you gave them the previous year.
Oh.
Yeah. That tends to be.
They just assume that you're going to like it because you bought it for them?
Correct. Or it's a regift of something else like that they got from a different Christmas party, and they're like, I don't really have any need for this. You don't really like this?
Who does that happen to
I
you?
just don't feel like I should say out loud. You know who you are.
If you're feeling guilt right now,
You're the regifter.
Luke knows.
I know.
He obviously knows that you're the one that did it.
It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. Because gifts, receiving gifts isn't my love language. I know exactly how much you love me. Very not much.
Very not much.
Yeah.
That's right. If you want to prove your love for Luke or I, gifts.
Or tacos,
Well, taco, that would be a gift.
I guess.
If
We
you
do
showed
like
up
a
with
good
tacos.
lunch. Boy, we like lunch.
Yeah, lunch is good.
Lunch is good, especially when it's lunchtime and we haven't eaten yet.
I also like dinner.
Ah, dinner.
Yeah.
Do like dinner.
As opposed to supper.
Supper is...
Dinner's the big meal of the day.
It is.
Dinner can be lunch.
It can be. It's defined that way. Ben's figured this out recently, so he likes to use the term now.
I do.
So anyway, those are our categories as far as gift givers go. The giving is that part, and then there are gift receivers. The receiver is a whole different process.
Yeah. Well,
Do you remember being a kid and having to learn how to receive a gift well? Like if it was something you didn't like, and
Well,
you
you
had
weren't supposed to say "dang it." I remember that.
Yeah,
Remember the year that you yelled "dang it" after you opened every present?
yeah. No, it was dang. Like Dad didn't like that because of the way it came through on the video recording. I was very
Oh.
excited about everything. He just kept on saying "dang,"
Oh,
which I mean could have been worse,
right.
but it wasn't.
No, I remember being an excited gift opener. I also remember when, like, seeing sheer excitement on my kids' faces, and I have seen it change over the years into they try and bottle up the excitement that they feel.
Yeah, like the half crooked smile.
Like,
Like,
thanks, Mom.
thanks, Mom. Thanks,
Dad.
Dad. And they kind of, and you really just want them to be like shouting to high heaven.
So, well, we got Liam at Power Wheels one year for his birthday.
Yeah.
And it looked just like my truck. And he literally, when he saw it, screamed, "Ah! It's my daddy truck!" And he's like scrambling to get out of our arms, and so he could go get in this daddy truck. And it was like, that was the best reaction.
Yeah.
You know? He just couldn't believe it. He just couldn't believe it. Now he's spoiled. So we don't, you know, he
has too many daddy trucks now.
Well,
so.
it's like I think he just expects to get whatever he asks for.
And you treat him to that expectation, I'm sure.
Well, maybe we ought to disappoint him this year. No presents.
No presents.
Hey, boys, we're gonna have one of those years where we don't have any presents.
Yeah, we gave our present budget to
the needy family.
The needy families out there.
Remember to give to a needy family this year, everyone.
It's always good. Angel tree.
Shop with a cop.
Yeah, something.
That's
a good. So, what was the best Christmas present you ever received? Do you remember?
Oh my.
Your concertina.
Well, that ranks up there. But as an adult, that was a pretty great gift.
Right.
I think my favorite the most impactful Christmas gift I ever got, like as a kid, was probably the first Magic kit Dad ever bought me.
Yeah, we've talked about that one.
Well, just it started into a hobby,
right?
You know,
I could probably say the same thing about my first Connects set.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. It kind of turned into like a collecting thing, and then was wanting to build. And the more Connects I had, the more I could do. And
what about your drum set? Was that a Christmas gift?
No, that was just like a surprise thing. Once it was realized that I was taking drum lessons seriously, Dad just went and bought one, my first one. So I actually remember getting that and bringing it home and feeling pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, coming inside and going, "Hey guys, can you help me unload my new drum set?" You know, and just kind of waiting for the reaction. You guys reacted very well. So
good.
Excited. It was good. It was. But yeah, I know. I think it connects. The trampoline was definitely a huge.
Oh yeah, that was big.
That was a big one.
That was a big gift.
We've talked about that one on this program as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, some really good, some doozies out there.
Well, did you say what your favorite was?
Yeah, I just did. I said the trampoline.
That was your favorite?
I mean, it definitely was one of them. It was probably the most surprised I've ever been by a gift.
Oh, I was definitely shocked. Yeah. Weren't expecting that at all. Yeah.
No. I was one of those that we hadn't asked for that we didn't expect to get.
Right.
You know, we would always go to
Well,
the
and there was a
neighbor's
lot
house.
of gift in that, too.
Yeah.
Dad in the ER and getting about 45 minutes of sleep that night.
Yeah.
Or less.
Buckle up. Dad was the best.
Yeah, if you want to go back and listen to podcast episode number 1.
Was it 1?
1 or 2.
One
I don't
or
know,
two.
somewhere
It was
in there.
the
We told that
first
whole
ones.
story. We said we should save the story for Christmas.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Christmas time.
Circle back around, folks.
Yeah. Full circle. Oh, my kids. The other thing I was going to talk about, or the other thing that I thought about talking about in the midst of our time, if we're dealing back in the nostalgia of being able to say, you know, what do you remember about Christmas times there? You know, I remember that Dad would always bring home anything that was Christmas themed in its origin. You know, so it'd be like Christmas Rice Krispies that were like red and green.
Oh, yeah.
And we would have Christmas Rice Krispies for breakfast, right? And, you know, or Christmas M&Ms or Christmas anything. Ben, I tried to continue this tradition with my children. They will not eat Christmas-themed product.
Why?
I don't know. It's so weird to me. It's like, I don't know if they just don't like the red or green dye or what the deal is.
Maybe it's because that red dye is bad for you.
I don't know. I brought
Maybe
home
they read a good nutrition
Elf on the Shelf
article.
cereal.
That sounds terrible.
Yep, they didn't like it either.
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, any Christmas-themed cereal.
Do they like eggnog?
Yeah, they all love eggnog. I mean, we were blessed with that.
Isaac called eggnog milk dud. Yeah, for when he was 3-ish, and he just, Mom, can I have some milk dud? And we go, yeah, you have some milk dud. So now Sean and I call it milk dud, and the kids are like, why do you call it that?
Yeah, that's a funny story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids say the darndest things.
Milk dud. It's kind of milky.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like a milk dud.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
Mom, can I have some milk dud?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna skirt on more weight than I want to because I have been dipping into the eggnog almost every night. So
Oh, my.
since
Well, that's not good for the
since
waistline.
Thanksgiving, it isn't, but it's so delicious. I got asked earlier if I wanted something from the coffee shop, and I said, "Do they have anything with eggnog in it?" I'm getting
Eggnog flavored.
a little obsessed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's just so good. It's got that little.
You
hint
remember
of
when
vanilla.
I said earlier it's pride, selfishness,
Gluttony? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I fall into the gluttony category probably more often than I should. Lord forgive me. It's it tastes like Christmas. It's kind of like
and they try and I mean, we've probably talked about that on here too. They try and bring it out at different times of the year.
oh
Like,
yeah,
well,
you
it's
can't
not-
do that.
It's a Christmas drink.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's
Yeah.
not. It is a Christmas drink, and and it has that taste, and it's the nostalgia that pushes you back and pulls you back into that place. It's the reason that I can't walk past Coca-Cola product at Christmas time without feeling like I have to buy the glass bottles.
Oh yeah.
You
I
know.
forgot about the glass bottle. Well, I didn't forget, but yeah.
or
I haven't
walking
seen, I
past.
haven't seen that this year though.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, or walking past red and green M&Ms without
Oh.
feeling like you have to have a package.
I
at
always
home.
buy those and we put them in our little crystal candy dish.
I cannot
and-
find a good candy dish.
Oh, they last for like 3 days
Yeah.
tops because the kids run by and grab a handful, and then
Yeah.
I ran by and grab a handful.
Right. I feel like I have to at least try every single kind of M&M when they're in red and green shells.
Oh,
It's the weirdest.
they have mix packs.
but then you'd be surprised.
I know. It was like a Christmas surprise every
I
time.
don't know
you
if
put
I
one
could
in
do
your mouth.
that. I don't know. Maybe I could.
They are different shapes and sizes, though.
That's true. You kind of know what you're getting into.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds a little chaotic to me. Oh. Do you have a favorite Christmas-themed product?
Oh. No.
Oh. Okay.
Have you ever been kissed under the mistletoe before?
Yes.
Really?
Well, yeah. Micah puts mistletoe up every year. So, repeatedly.
She does it on purpose?
I think that she puts it up on purpose, and I use it on purpose.
Yeah.
I like to use it, especially when she's a little angry at me.
You just chase her around the house with it?
I'll call her into the other room. I know she's mad, and so, hey, Micah, could you come over here and you check on this thing? And then she'll come and she'll see, and she'll go, oh, no. And I'll say, you have to. I need some help over here. And she tiptoes, or she'll try to dance around it or go around the opposite way so that she doesn't get under it. But, well, in the end, I always win.
Oh, looky here. Mistletoe.
A great way to get out of trouble. If there's a mistletoe in the house, they have to kiss you. It's the rules.
Tradition.
It's the rules.
Tradition.
And especially if you get your kids involved, because if the kids see that you're under the mistletoe and it ain't getting used, they'll call you out,
Oh,
you know?
my kids wouldn't. They'd be like, ew.
It's like stepping on a crack and breaking your mother's back. I mean, like, there are rules to follow, and kids hold you responsible. So, of course, the boys are always trying to catch Micah under the mistletoe, too. So it's not just not just me. They'll be sitting on each other's shoulders waiting, Mama, come here.
Smart.
Yeah. Oh,
It sounds like something that Isaac would do.
yeah. Just hoping for an opportunity. So soon the day will come when they're trying to get other little girls into the mistletoe, and I don't look forward to that. But for now, it just seems like they're trying to catch their mom and maybe their sister every once in a while. So, but that's really more to gross her out than anything.
I understand.
Yeah. So should we do the phrase of the day?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, the phrase of the day is, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Well, I know where that's from.
Right.
Well,
Do you?
it's from Home Alone, but does he say Merry Christmas, you filthy animal?
Yeah. It's in Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Oh, it comes from Home Alone 2. In Home Alone 2, Kevin finds the sequel to Angels cleverly titled Angels with Filthier Souls, in which a similar scene is depicted with the same lead man in the first movie. This time he shoots a woman at the end of the scene, and he says, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal."
And a Happy New Year.
Well, that's the first one.
Oh.
But "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal" is the catch line on that particular bit, which was used heavily in the 1990s.
I really want to watch
You're
both,
talking to your friends.
both of the Home Alone movies, but I think that Liam and Isaac have already both knocked them out.
Well, you can watch it without them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch Die Hard.
Yeah. I already watched Polar Express, which is one of my favorites, and a lot of other people hate it.
Yeah, it's pretty boring.
I just love Tom Hanks. He exudes Christmas.
Does he?
Yeah, he just seems like a Christmas guy. Of course, can't think of any other Christmas movies he's in, but
Nope.
Tim Allen's probably really more the Christmas guy.
Yeah, he's in a lot of Christmas
Yeah,
movies.
he does a lot.
All of the Santa Clauses.
Yep. Santa Claus 1, Santa Claus 2, 3, 4,
6, 7.
and now the series that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, folks, season's greetings. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again before, Christmas is over. So
Yes. Season's greetings and Merry Christmas, and remember the reason for the season. And goodbye.
goodbye.
The following podcast
Eat my short. Not the mama, not the mama.
Goodbye.
Wake up.